is WCXO, Carlisle.
This broadcast is a presentation of WCXO Sports. WCXO Sports. Since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors, presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery in Carlisle. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. McKendree University in Lebanon. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Notmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Birdwatch and Health Mart studio on a Monday. And we are on track for some high school basketball this evening. We'll be speaking with Central boys coach Jeremy Schubert. And later on from Breeze MD, it's Ron Shadig of the Knights. Plus, as always, on a Monday, we have the Easy and Travel. Little Augie's Pizza, Clinton County Prep Athlete of the Week. And the same holds true from Saturday. As you know, today we're all battling that cold and cough. So if all of a sudden we hit a commercial break, kind of by need, that's where I'm at. Hopefully, I got lucky Saturday. We'll see if we can slide by another hour. Up front, though, it is Scores and Stuff, brought to you by Mideastern Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Carlisle, the hometown source for residential and commercial work. And on the Johnston Jewelers guest line, we park it in St. Louis for Andy Newbold. Andy, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me, Rip.
And we need to start with college football. And in fact, we'll start with those Ole Miss Rebels. You know, I'm paying far more attention to college football than ever before because of the NFL situation and more.
Yep.
And I watched I had no idea the Egg Bowl was that big. I should have, I suppose,
crazy.
but it was. Yeah, and you've probably seen one or two or more in person, huh?
Yeah, I've gone to 2. So like it's usually during the Thanksgiving break, so we had to stay back. It's weird. They changed the game. It used to be on Thursday nights, and then they started doing it like Friday and Saturday, I guess, for people traveling. But
this was Thursday night, wasn't it?
I'm trying to. Yeah, I think it was. I think you're right.
I think
it was
so.
Thursday.
Yeah, but anyway, it was a good game, and Miss beat Miss State 31-28.
It's a huge win.
Oh, it really was, and it's so huge. The coach gets a reprieve. The interim.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think he did keep his job because of that win.
You know
and
it.
I'll tell you what, the internet, all my Ole Miss fans were not happy with it. But I don't think. I can't imagine very many coaches wanting that job right now with the NCAA investigation still kind of hanging out there. But I don't know. They started out very flat this season, and they were supposed to be a lot better than what they showed. But they played good the last 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, that team could have easily quit on them, and they didn't. So I get why they probably brought them back. But
well, they beat the Bulldogs, and they go 6-6. And Matt Luke, who I get a kick out of watching on the sidelines, I really enjoy him. He looks like a football coach.
He's been there forever as like an assistant.
Yeah.
So he
played there and everything, didn't he? He grew up.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it could be a good decision. I mean, it'll be. I think until they get the NCAA investigation figured out and know where they stand with recruits, it's going to be hard to bring in some of those big classes. But 6-6 is very respectable in the SEC, especially you lose your starting quarterback and all the other stuff they had to deal with. But fans were not happy with it. I'll say that.
Well, I didn't get that overall, and you're happy with it, so the heck with the rest of them, right?
Right, exactly.
Why not give the guy this coaching, wow, we'll get into more of that later, I suppose, but meanwhile, 1-2, Bama, and before that, Miami. They went down in flames Friday and Saturday. Friday in the case of the Hurricanes as Pitt does it again, and they topped the Canes by 10. And then Bama and Auburn Saturday night, pretty good game. No offense from the Crimson Tide, 26-14 the final in favor of Auburn in the Iron Bowl. That's one of those terrific games every year too. Rivalry, man.
It was awesome. I'm still shocked that Alabama came out flat the way they did, but yeah, Auburn's good, man.
They are good.
They got a great squad, good defense, and I mean that quarterback for Alabama was pretty much kept in check all game. They never got much going.
Yeah, Hurts, he needs to be a little sharper than that, but he wasn't. Auburn's a pretty good two-loss team, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh, man, real good. I mean, who did they lose to? I'm trying to think who they lost early in the season. What?
Well, did Georgia?
I don't know, man, but that was a heck of a game.
And then Miami. Georgia beat them, right?
Miami laid a freaking egg against
they did.
Pittsburgh. I mean, they didn't even show up.
No, and Pitt, they've been giant killers. What happened to that program anyway? They used to be just tremendous every year. Now it's kind of in waves.
Dave Wanstead effect, man.
Yeah.
Dave Wanstead was gone. It went to crap.
Dave Wanstead. But Clemson rolls on, and so does Oklahoma. So the only rankings that count anymore, the college football playoff rankings, come out tomorrow night. I think they'll kind of mirror the AP. Now, they have Clemson, Oklahoma, Wisconsin, and Auburn. It'll be there might be a switch in there, but it's going to be those four teams, I would think.
I would agree. I mean, who's number 5?
Bama in the AP.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that makes sense. I think those 4 should be in the playoff as well.
And Georgia, Miami, Ohio State to follow there. But here's the SEC winner's going, no doubt, to the playoff, right, Andy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean,
and
I can't imagine how that wouldn't be.
If Wisconsin wins, they are a shoo-in. The same thing with Clemson, Oklahoma. But I mean, Miami could spring the Tigers. I don't think they will. And Ohio State could definitely dump Wisconsin. There's always that crack open for Alabama, and I actually enjoy watching Bama. And I kind of get a kick out of Saban, and he does. They could just sneak in there, you know. I mean, I really don't want to. I've got some buddies who are Ohio State fans, but I don't. They've got 2 losses already. They got stomped by Iowa and so forth. I don't want to see them crawl in.
Right. I mean, that's the thing that stinks about the timing of the Alabama loss is that was a quality team they lost to on the road, and to think that one loss could possibly keep them out of that 4-team playoff. I mean, it's just kind of crazy to me because Alabama is a good squad.
Oh, they are.
But they could definitely be on the outside looking in when it comes time to pick those final 4.
And I would have been, if I would have had to bet on somebody, it would have been Bama for me. Unless and if they now they did lose. They really didn't have much in the way. But it's what's on your, like when they played Florida State in the opening game. Florida State was supposed to be good. They ended up being a crackpot team, but they didn't beat any huge teams this year. But I mean, that's the same with Wisconsin. The division you're in, and I mean they're capable of knocking off anybody. But tomorrow night's a biggie, and then of course it all turns the conference championship games this week, and that's going to be some good viewing.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun football weekend. Chip
Kelly is back. He's at UCLA. He can't wear his Nike stuff there, right?
Yeah, they're what are they, Adidas?
I think they're Adidas, yeah. But he gets a bundle of money, about $24 million over 5 years, and that's just a start. I suppose they got it. And he was unbelievable in Oregon, 46-7 in a four-year period.
It's interesting because I had a bunch of buddies who are diehard Florida fans, and I think even they admitted they were disappointed when they heard he was going there. But I don't know if he could have recruited in the SEC in the South, or at least he doesn't have a presence doing that. So UCLA might be a great fit with him back on the West Coast and tapping into some of those Oregon recruiting connections he has out there, and
with what
it'll be interesting to see how he does.
Yeah, California, and he doesn't have to go against Nick Saban either. So
right,
Florida hires Dan Mullen away from Mississippi State.
Yeah, that was interesting. I kind of thought, I read some stuff that his wife didn't want to go back down to Florida because when he was the assistant coach, she just couldn't deal with it all, the fans and everybody with their unrealistic expectations. So I was slightly surprised, but I get it. And I think he's a great coach. I mean, what he did with the Mississippi State program, the last 9 years is is unheard of. I mean, Mississippi State was a doormat when I was down at Ole Miss, and now they're top 15, top 20 program usually year in, year out.
Kevin Sumlin, he gets the axe after 6 winning seasons. I tell you, I know that's what it's all about, the championships and so forth, but it's just not that simple, especially when you got somebody like Bama in the way, in your midst.
Right.
I don't know what some of these teams and places, I know what they expect, but they have to be a little realistic about this, and he did a pretty good job. Now he was down maybe the last year or two, but I mean, they had him fired after game 1, right? When he lost to UCLA, they were wanting to run. I mean, there were only so many Vince Lombardis out there,
Exactly, man. Now he was a heck of a coach. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Mississippi State's a great program, but he took it to the recruiting classes he brought in were some of the best in Mississippi State history. And it'll be interesting who they get to replace that, because I don't know. Those are big shoes to fill, in my opinion.
So Texas A&M is down, and Mississippi State is down, and Tennessee is looking for they're looking for anybody to go, hey, they can get Lane Kiffin back.
Is that not the craziest story, though? Have you ever
ridiculous.
seen anything like that?
No, the whole thing is just dumb. Period. I mean, if they really let these internet jobbers dictate who the coach is going to be, they have a real problem.
It's just I question if that athletic director should keep his job, just because I was reading stories last night that said they're going to have to pay him money since they, I guess, broke the whatever agreement they had. Like, there'll be compensation that comes his way, which I don't know what that equals out to, but the fact that you're hiring somebody or having to pay somebody to basically say, hey, we regret hiring you 48 hours or 24 hours ago.
That'd be funny, yeah. A memorandum of understanding, something like that. But
yep, exactly.
And by all accounts, he was cleared from. I mean, there's too much of this. The whole thing is the Vols fans just didn't want him as coach. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, you're right.
Could have hunkered down with Charlie Manson 40 years ago, and he'd be hired because he wins.
And there's no evidence. I mean,
there's
I have
nothing. No. Yeah, it's like I say, it's Twitter people and stuff like it. It's ridiculous.
Well, the stadium holds 100,000 people, and I guess 100 students protested, and their voice outweighs.
And there are also ways people do that now. With this bot and stuff, where they make it look like thousands upon thousands are doing this instead of just 10. Have you ever read about that?
Yeah,
that's pretty wild. So this is all contrived
crazy
garbage, and I hope nobody shows up to coach. That'd really be fun.
You might be right, though. Nobody probably will want that.
Man, Lane Kiffin wants it, so. I haven't been watching the NFL, Andy. I parted ways, but you know what I watched yesterday?
What?
And that's actually for the second week in a row, and once or twice before that. I watched, in this case, though, it was the Grey Cup Championship from Canada.
Oh, you know what? I saw a couple highlights. I saw the 100-yard touchdown pass.
Yes, it was a good game. Very good. The Argonauts won. Yeah, 27-24. The one guy ran it back 109 yards on that fumble recovery, and yes, it was snow, and Shania Twain performed at halftime. It was
oh, super. No way. That's cool.
It wasn't bad at all.
Isn't it crazy, though, the NFL, like how it's fallen off? The ratings I was reading for Thanksgiving were down 19% in the first game, and I think 12.5% the second game from the year before.
And that's just from the year before.
Yeah.
Because they were down last year from the year previous to that.
It's hard to watch. I don't know if it's the rule changes, the players and national. I mean, it's a combination of all that stuff, but it's not as fun to watch as it used to be. That's interesting. You watch CFL because I've been considering just checking that out just to see what.
It was interesting, and ESPN actually shows it. It's on one of theirs. Well, now it's done, but no, the NFL. All their news comes off the field, and none of it's good. From lawsuits and suspensions to the junk with the disrespect for our country, all of it. The talk about what's happening on the field, that doesn't even surface. And I've been watching enough the last few years to know the NFL's already been declining in quality. There are very few good teams, very few good quarterbacks.
It's true, man. The quality is definitely taking a dip, and I never in my life have ever agreed with Jerry Jones on anything. And now all of a sudden, he's the only one I find rational when it comes to Goodell. It's like, it's scary that nobody else is seeing the way he's seeing it.
All right, let's take a quick break, Andy. We'll come right back.
All right.
Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Nordyke Funeral Home is thinking about your future and offers secure, pre-planned funeral arrangements, relieving the emotional burden for those you love, allowing you to express your own wishes, and assures peace of mind with financial concerns when your family needs it the most. Nordyke Funeral Home has 5 locations in Albers, Aveston, Breeze, New Baden, and now Carlisle. Visit NordykeFuneralHome.com or call 588-3533. Striving to earn your family's confidence and trust, Nordyke Funeral Home with 5 locations.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
Okay, we'll try this again, Andy.
All right.
The NFL got me all excited in a different way. Let's go to the Blues. I'll try and remain a little. The Blues, they just keep on winning, don't they?
Oh, man. Yeah, they only lost, 6 games or something?
Yeah, they are 17-6-1. The most victories in the league and the most points.
That's crazy.
Tampa Bay. They've done well. And Braden Shen is a big reason. He's been spectacular.
It's key starting the season out like this strong early.
Giancarlo Stanton. I, of course, saw him at Ted Drew's about a week ago. Have you seen him?
I saw that post. I didn't know if you were joking around or not. Did you really see him?
No, I was joking.
I
think there were some people who took that seriously, but that's okay. But I don't think he's going to end up there. But actually, right now, at this moment, I don't. Unless they just end up taking whatever, I think he's just be in Miami on the opening day myself.
Yeah, I mean, the only team I think makes the most sense is the Giants, and I just don't know. You can't really give up anything of significant value and take on that contract. I don't know.
That's the thing. I think Miami's going to want more than they're going to get.
Yeah,
they act like they have to trade him now.
Yeah.
They don't have to trade him at all, for one thing. I would build around him. And, it's crazy if I'm a Miami fan, and there aren't enough of them, but all of a sudden this new regime comes in, they want to cut the salary to $90 million. Well, that's what they've had for years. So are they any better off with this new ownership group?
Well, you know what? And I was reading an article the other day that said that Jeter and the other guy are selling small minority ownership in the or looking for a second round of investors that signals,
don't these guys have any money? Jeter, I like Jeter and all, but from what I remember, he paid about $25 million to get into this, and he's been giving all and he's paying himself $5 million a year. He's putting nothing into this. My goodness, who wouldn't take that job?
Right.
So he's the only one that's making out like a bandit.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Those numbers don't add up.
That's crazy. I never hear any of these so-called big shot experts on TV and radio say anything about this. He's taking everybody for a ride, but they won't say anything because they all like him. Well, that's besides the point. Point it out.
There's speculation. There's a bubble in these ownership circles. These teams are really worth $1 billion, but they're only bringing in X amount of dollars in net revenue.
They're only worth all that in every sport is when you sell them.
Right.
It's all paper stuff.
Yep, exactly.
Hey, how about our buddy Brian Everskirt? Wanted to ask you about him because we're all pumped, and we've had him on a couple of times lately, and he is fired up to say the least.
Who?
Brian Everskirt, the new Cardinals pitching coach.
Bullpen
coach, excuse me.
He's a dude. I'm excited. I mean, any fresh blood on that coaching staff, I think, is going to be a positive for 2018. But man, I don't know. I'm kind of bummed that Lance Lynn's going to be gone. He's an Ole Miss guy, and he gave us a ton of quality innings every year.
Yeah, but he wins. Not only innings, he wins.
Right.
He needs to be back. I don't get it.
It's that kind of confused me. I mean, I guess we'll get a draft pick for him, but
it depends.
I don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see what they do this offseason. I mean, if you had a choice, would you go pitching or you go hitting with free agency?
I would be glad to take Giancarlo Stanton as a deal, but he's the only big bopper can really turn the tide. They do have a lot of guys already hitting home runs. They need pitching.
Right. They do, yeah.
Who they got without Lynn? They got Carlos Martinez and a bunch of could be. I don't know.
Yeah, a bunch of young guys that we don't really know we got.
They could all fire on all cylinders, and they could all swing and miss.
Right.
Except,
it's kind of scary. We're going into the season with that, and I think we probably will because, Wainwright, he's pretty much done. Lynn will be gone. You're going to have Weaver and Martinez, and I guess Reyes will probably start out in the bullpen.
Well, yeah, you don't know, and Waka, there aren't a lot of sure things. What's going to happen with Missouri's already in trouble in basketball without Michael Porter Jr. That's a shame.
Hey, I was just watching the news earlier at 5 or 5:30 News. They said that he might be back in 6 weeks now.
Yeah, he's full of it. Didn't he tweet that out?
I think he did or somebody did, but they had a doctor on the radio that said a realistic timeline was 6 to 8 weeks, and I don't know, but they're speculating. They weren't his doctor.
Yeah. Well, he went around the team doctors anyway. He went down to Dallas, Missouri, so that was a mess from the start there. Terrific player, but he's NBA bound. Why would he?
Right. Anyway. One and done. Just move on.
Illini, we'll see what happens with them this year. One last thing, I guess. Did you catch any of that second half? I did through the highlights only of Alabama and Minnesota, that game there.
Yeah.
Was that Minnesota? Yeah, it was Minnesota. Yes. Wasn't that wild?
I kind of want to go back and watch the entire second half because that's one of the craziest things I've heard. So they're down. I can't remember how much they were down, but they went down to 3 players and they almost won the game. They
outscored the Golden Gophers 26-16 in the final 10-41 with 3 guys. The one kid lit it up for 40 points.
That's insane.
They actually were down 3 and took a shot. They had a chance to. I'm not sure if he's at 3 range or not anymore, but they had a chance for sure to come within 1. And that would have been hilarious.
I was reading the coach's quotes from I think it was Minnesota, who was saying he was trying to defend it, saying that they never practiced 5-on-3 and threw them off. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, dude, how do you
need to practice?
Even let? You need to practice 5-on-3 to be able to stay within a point of a team.
He gave 2-man advantage power play in hockey. Well, you know who that coach is, right? That's another Patino. So.
You know what? I did see that. That is Patino's.
But anyway, hey, check out and you and whoever else, of course, all the interviews are at WCXO967.com or at riptalkingsports.com. And Guy has a lot of interesting things to say about Gertie, too. He worked with Everskirt Bryan some with the Cardinals for a little bit at a camp or two and stuff, too.
I'm excited to check that out. I saw the link on your Facebook page, and I will definitely listen to that interview because it sounded like it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, check it out. Hey, Andy, we got to roll. We went a little extra because I had to take a pause, and we'll talk to you later on. We'll have you meet Everskirt next summer over at Busch.
Yeah, man, definitely. Hope you start feeling better, buddy.
Oh, I feel just a really nagging cough.
At that time of the year.
All right, say hello to the family. We'll see you later. Thank you.
All right, see you, buddy.
Andy Newbold on Scores and Stuff, brought to you by Mideastern Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Carlisle, the hometown source for residential and commercial work. We'll take a little time out and come on back with Jeremy Schubert and Ron Shattuck and the Athlete of the Week.
companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here.
When wearing contacts, you shouldn't even be able to feel them. If they're uncomfortable or feeling dry, come see us at Lebanon Optometric Center or Breeze Family Vision Center. We'll find the right contacts for you, whether it's multifocal, astigmatism, daily disposables, or hybrid lenses. Don't suffer through contacts that are just fine. We have all the major brands to choose from, and with locations in Breeze and Lebanon, if you damage or tear your contacts, we can replace them right away. Start seeing clearer today with a little help from Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center.
At Country Financial, we're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. We're part of your community and help support the programs that make our neighborhoods thrive. We take the time to get to know our customers. We know that every situation is unique, and our goal is to understand yours so we can help you be confident about your financial security and your future. Call your local Country Financial rep, Keith Wilkin, at 526-1179 or Teresa Richards at 526-1100 today.
What? Is this real? Hey, yo, sir. Do you know what I'm about to pay for gasoline?
With the Fuel Rewards Network program, you won't believe how much less you can pay for your fill-up at participating Shell stations.
Look at that.
Just shop through fuelrewards.com and dine at participating restaurants to earn rewards. Then use your Fuel Rewards Network card at Shell and save. Want to pay less for fuel? Sign up free at fuelrewards.com. Restrictions apply. Limit 20 gallons per purchase per vehicle. For information on rewards expiration and other details, see fuelrewards.com.
I'd like to start a campaign to blow the buttons off people's radios. Is that realistic?
This is Max 96.7.
Welcome back, everybody. Rip here in the Birdwatch and Health Mart studio for a Monday night. Pardon my voice. Beyond my control. I just hope to keep it the rest of the way here. So off we go now. Once again on the Johnson Jewelers guest line for Central Cougars basketball coach, the boys coach, Jeremy Schubert. Jeremy, welcome back.
Hey, Rep, great to be back. Thank you.
And you show up with an early season split on your tab. You went 2-2 at the St. Anthony Turkey Tournament. You won your last two. Tell us about the tourney finale against Bethany Ocala Valley. You split them apart by 27.
Yeah, we had a fairly good game. We had them pretty much outsized, Rip. They actually co-op school of Findlay, if you remember Findlay back in '92 when they came down to the Mater Dei Holiday Tournament. I think Oakville and one other team handed them a loss, and that might have been their only two losses of the year. I think they ended up with fourth place finish at Mater Dei that year and go on and win the state title as a school of about 82 or 83 students. So that school has since consolidated with a small neighboring town, Bethany, and that became Ocala Valley. And they're a baseball school, from what the coach told me. But he's got two groups. He had two really good groups of seniors, and he's got a nice group of seniors this year. We were able to shoot the ball pretty well. I think Mr. Chago had us that day for just about 63% or so from the field. Man. So when you shoot that well, you're gonna win by a margin, and we were able to shoot the basketball pretty well that evening. Yeah,
you scorched the nets, and you had three in double figures there from Weems and Jost and Fairman. So everybody pitched in pretty good.
Yeah, we got contributions, and everybody got some playing time that day too, because we're a young team. As far as varsity experience goes, we got two sophomores and a handful of juniors on the team, and then the four seniors. So with those 11 guys, it was good to get those non-varsity players some more minutes, some good minutes for them. So get some confidence.
Saturday was a good overall day. Period. You also defeated Robinson. And that was Friday night, actually, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Friday night. But you scored a double-digit win against them, too.
Very good game, very, very physical game for us. But that was a good win for us.
13 points was the gap at the end. How about the flow of the game? Was it a little closer at points?
Well, it was the game really didn't have a whole lot of flow. It was a very physical game. Both teams committed over 20 fouls apiece, and they had more than we did, and we ended up shooting more free throws and we had the free throws were the difference. We shot more free throws, and we were able to turned them over a few more times. I think we turned them over 15 times. So the combination of those two things got us the win.
But you made a good share from the stripe, right?
Yeah, we did. I think we ended up just missing 8 of them. I think we were 25 of 34, the 9 of them, 25 of 34. We shot a ton of free throws that night.
The other 2 games, you did fall. They were close encounters, down by 6, and also a 5 spot.
Yeah, two teams I felt we should have beat. The St. Thomas More game, we got out to a fast start, and then the lids on the bucket closed up, and we couldn't put the ball through the hole anymore, and had to foul. And they made their free throws. They had 3 really nice guards, and their quickness bothered us a little bit with our younger guys in the defense, and we just weren't in sync that night. And then we turn around on Wednesday and play a Mattoon team who went through coaching issues since the season started, and they played really, really hard. They had their point guard back who didn't play in the first game of the tournament. He makes their team a really, really nice team, and that was a game that could have gone either way. They hit 10 3-pointers on us, and if you hit 10 3-pointers, that's tough to come away with a win. And we didn't get it done those first 2 games, but the kids responded and played well on Friday night, and got us to 2-2, which is an improvement from where we were last Tuesday.
So who won the championship then?
The home team, St. Anthony. Even though they lost to Highland because of the way the tourney was set up with seeding and everything, or with the pool play action, the head-to-head competition went down to points allowed, and St. Anthony allowed less points, overall in the tournament than the other teams. Okay. So St. Anthony got to play in the championship, and St. Anthony beat Robinson in the championship by 19. Handled them pretty well. Tyler,
I take he was an all-tournament pick?
Tyler was an all-tournament pick. He finished the tournament on Saturday with on Friday night Saturday with 21 points actually. And Saturday night I take that back. Friday night he had 21 points because he made 12 straight free throws.
12 in a row.
There.
Book it. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on Friday night. He had a big game for us from the line and did some work down low, and actually made a good 3-point shot. In the first half when it went inside out. So Tyler had a good game Friday, and when he plays well, we're going to play well this year. We're going to be a lot better.
Well, now you have an idea of where your team is moments into the new season, because you have a few adjustments to make after the graduation. That graduation night kind of ruined your squad, huh?
Well, we lost really the last 2 years. The year with Corman and Rule and Corbin Zanger and Chase Schneider. The year we made it to the state tournament. That was a really good senior class, good leadership. Yeah. And last year with Streaker and Schulte and Joe Rotterman, that crew. Carter Trung made himself into a really nice high school player. Those were 2 really good, solid senior classes we had here. So we've had we just got to wait for these younger guys to mature a little bit, and I like the progress they're making, and hopefully, come Mater Day tournament, we can be better defensively and get to where we want to be, and hopefully play in the evening session.
Yes, 2 years ago, and then last year too, another excellent 26-5, and after this initial tournament, you didn't win the St. Anthony crown last year either, but you won 2 of the next 3 in-season tournaments, and won all that did well up into well, you're in 3A sectional play this time, huh? You ran into the Orphans that was at Benton, wasn't it?
That was at Benton. It was just a great, just a great game for our kids to play in. First year in 3A, and with the history and everything down at Benton, what a great gym, Rich Heron gym, and they're just happy our kids got to play there. Then the year before, our kids got to play down at Duster Thomas, in the sectional against both Alton Marquette and Nashville, the year before. So those senior classes, those last 2 years, those teams got to play in some pretty neat places, in Southern Illinois.
Little tradition there, those coaches. Tyler Jost, so what's he listed as now? 6'9"? 6.
Yeah, we had him on the scale, had him on the measured him out before the season, and he's a true 6'9", and he's the team captain this year, him and Carson Fairman. So he's being more vocal for us this year, being more of stepping into a leadership role, which is new for Tyler. Tyler's been pretty reserved and, just an all around great kid. And, he's stepped in more of the leadership role, and just seeing him at practice, watching him mature at practice with communicating with the team. It's fun to watch.
And he has to be your ace and the leader. That would be great with others to follow and compliment him. And so what's the rest of the starting unit look like right now? Who do you mostly go with in the 4 games up north?
Well, we had Simon Thomas, who was another returner from last year. Simon was, at times, he was the sixth man, depending upon, sub. He would sub in for the guard last year that needed a break. So Simon has seen considerable varsity time, but never in the starting role. And then Mason Weems was the other senior starter, 6'5". He played considerable JV minutes. He made the varsity last year, didn't see a whole lot of minutes. And then Carson Fairman was the backup to Colby Schulte last year. Those are the four starters through all 4 games. And then we've rotated Gavin Hyman in the first 2 nights, 6-foot sophomore, 6-foot senior, and then Camden Wimpy came on and played really well Friday night in the win against Robinson. And Robinson's very, very strong, very physical, and Camden held his ground and did a really nice job, knocked down some 3-point shots, and Camden earned that starting spot then on Friday and Saturday.
You breeze through the Hokie at 9 up and none down, and it's going to be good again. And we have I kid about it. We have an expansion team in the Salem Wildcats, so it's got the league has a new look to it.
Yeah, it does. And Andy's a good friend of mine over there at Salem. Does a really good job with coaching, and they're gonna make their presence known in the conference without a doubt. I haven't watched any film, but I've just talked to a few coaches over there that they got a 6'5" athlete. Can't remember what his name is, but then there's a Linder boy who made 8 3-pointers and broke the tournament record over at the Capital Classic in Lawrenceville on Saturday. So they got 2 kids that can score the basketball and also were all tournament performers over at the Capital Classic. So that's going to be, we got them at home in 2 weeks here, as our second home game, and then we got T-Town this Friday night. So there's going to be no gimmies on our schedule or anything this year. Our kids are going to have to be ready night in, night out.
You wouldn't have it any other way. Let's see, how many years total, if you can remember, and how many years as the head coach for the Central Cougars?
This will be my 5th as the head coach.
Already?
Yeah, already.
And the assistants, did we lose one? I've heard rumors.
Yeah, Coach Thomas had decided to retire, officially retire from coaching. He'd been with the program over 30 years, and we're going to have a nice ceremony for Coach Thomas on Friday night out here, presented with a plaque for all his years of dedication to Central and everything he's done basketball-wise. I can remember 19 years ago when I got to Central, Dave only had 1 more year to teach, or 2 more years to teach. So he's been retired from teaching for 17 or 18 years, and he's just devoted himself to working with his grandkids and coming out here and supporting Central basketball and working with the program. So we owe Dave a lot.
And the most important question, Jeremy, and this goes to you and really the whole staff, how's the wardrobe looking? Do you have any new, attractions there you'll be featuring on the sidelines, or?
No, we pretty much.
Or is it strictly goodwill?
Yeah, Cody Hemming took over for he was our volunteer assistant, and he earned the paid position as a sophomore coach. So the coaching staff, even though we lost Dave, he's still going to be around to keep book for us and stuff. So it's pretty much the same staff, just have some different assignments this year.
Well, Cody's going to have more money to spend on, some good suits, even better suits now, won't he?
Yeah, Cody's gone. We haven't really talked too much about the apparel or anything, but he's engaged now. He's planning that wedding about a year from now, so he'll have a lot on his plate as well with helping his dad with the business and getting ready for that wedding.
You'll all be looking sharp except for Mr. Peters there. He'll go with the cheap stuff.
Well, if Mr. Peters, as long as the Blues are winning, Mr. Peters will be happy. It doesn't matter too much what Mr. Peters is wearing. He was actually wearing purple tennis shoes this weekend up at the tournament, so you never know what he's going to have on.
I'm sure you're like me. You get some interesting texts from Coach Petey once in a while.
Yeah, he was talking. He was talking. He's actually at practice right now. He said, "Yeah, Rip only calls me when he wants to hear about the Blues." So.
All right. We'll be staying in touch with you, Jeremy. Thanks for the early season visit, okay?
Hey, appreciate it, Rip.
All right. That is Jeremy Schubert, the coach of the Central Basketball Cougars. And we got to take another break, and we'll be back with the Athlete of the Week.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Brawnability features the broadest lineup of wheelchair-accessible vehicles with more brands, entry types, features, and price points than any other manufacturer in the industry. See for yourself at Southern Bus and Mobility why a new or certified pre-owned wheelchair-accessible Brawnability vehicle is the only way to go. Call 526-4131 or stop by just east of Breeze on Old Route 50. Remember the good old days at the Speakeasy nightclub? Who's ready to party one more time? The final Speakeasy reunion, The Last Dance, is coming to the Aviston American Legion Saturday, December 30th, featuring the Bob Seger tribute band, the Silver Bullet STL, and an area favorite, Scooters. Get your tickets now and get ready for the final Speakeasy reunion, The Last Dance. Call 974-9735. That's 974-9735. It's your last chance. It's the last dance. It's the final Speakeasy reunion. Saturday, December 30th at the Aviston American Legion. Call 974-9735. That's 974-9735. Party one more time at the Speakeasy.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
Here we are. Yet another time. Rip here in a different mode again tonight. The old voice is taking a hit. We're in the Birdwatch and Health Mart studio, and it is 6:42. That time drop. Brought to you by Breeze Furniture, Jan's Uniforms. The Speakeasy. Memories, and yeah, I do. I remember the debut and many debuts following. Let's go to the athlete. It was a great time. Let's go to the athlete of the week.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met.
The Clinton County Prep Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Easy In Travel and Breeze. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel and Breeze. Call 526-2201 and by Little Augie's Pizza in Breeze. The choice for pizza, pasta, and more. Call 526-7040.
Sorry if I coughed on you there, Tina Turner. She's still in great voice. And our athlete of the week is Carlisle Indians basketball standout Tyler Seaver. He's a senior now, and he poured in 16 markers in his team's 65-37 thrashing of Hillsborough in the Kaskaskia Classic Saturday. When you couple that with the fact that he was just named to the Class 2A All-State football team, I believe that pretty much sold it up. So Tyler Seaver is our athlete of the week, and he'll receive a $10 gift certificate to Little Augie's Pizza in Breeze. We've got one more time out. I think we're up to date and all that. If I can hold out for a few more minutes, we're coming back with modern day basketball coach Ron Shattuck. Stay tuned.
If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkin's has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkin's because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
If you love quality handcrafted wines, visit 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. You'll enjoy the fruit flavors of their wines while relaxing in a beautiful country setting with family and friends. The Reserve Wine List humbly wears the label of the grapes grown in the family-owned vineyard. 12 Oaks Vineyard is open for tastings from 1 until 6 every Saturday and Sunday, or by appointment at 594-7459. 12 Oaks Vineyard at 18975 Vogel Road, just 3 miles south of Carlisle, and at 12oaksvineyard.com.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? Then let me, State Farm agent Steve Klosterman, help you simplify and get to a better state. Because with the Klosterman Agency handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too, because adding State Farm policies can earn you discounts and actually help you get ahead. Call or email me, State Farm Agent Steve Klosterman, and get to a better state with State Farm.
Get unhungry for only $5 at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's. Dig into the $5 All-Star Meal with 4 different meals to choose from, like the Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger and Onion Rings with natural cut fries, a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie, and a 20-ounce drink. Pick a $5 All-Star Meal today from your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's, plus the entire Red Burrito menu. Get unhungry at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's.
Scientists say the universe is random. Why should your radio station be any different?
You've got Max 96.7.
Here we go, everybody. We are back at the Bird Watson Health Mart studio for this Monday. We've heard from Andy Newbold on scores and stuff, and Jeremy Schubert from the Central basketball team. And now we take the Johnston Jewelers guest line. We trap it for Modern Day Knights basketball coach Ron Shattuck. Ron, welcome back.
Thanks, Rip. Appreciate it.
You have a battery issue. I have a cough and throat and so forth. We'll see how far we can go here, Ron. Hey, you're off to a nice start. You won 2 of 3 at your shootout over the weekend. Fill us in on the Saturday night win. Maybe go to that first. You knocked off MICDS.
Very, very competitive teams. MICDS out of St. Louis was Saturday night. We actually played pretty well. A lot of guys contributing. Doing things, doing some good things. So it's early, but we're just trying to get some guys out there, run them around, figure some things out, and we made some shots and actually finished it off on Saturday night. Where Saturday afternoon we kind of let one slip away. But the big thing is we wanted some competition. We saw MICDS. It's a different style than generally what we'll see around here. So we had 3 teams in here with 3 different styles, and just trying to get through some things and figure some stuff out before we get going for during the regular season.
Had some pretty balanced scoring in that finale, and Luke Tyson was a big factor with 14.
Yeah, Luke is going to definitely be the main guy for us. Everybody knows that. But but I think where we can be dangerous is we can get points and contributions from any of the other 14 guys on our bench this year, and it's pretty exciting to have. We got quite a bit of depth, so the pace we're playing is pretty fast, and so it's good to have that depth. But we had different guys kind of contribute in different ways in each of the 3 games, so. We're pretty excited with what we've got going right now and what's happening. So, hopefully we can just continue to make a few adjustments here and there and try to improve each game. And, it's a long season, but, hopefully by, late February, early March, we're much better than what we are today.
Miller career bested you by only a 2 spot, and then you defeated Gateway Legacy Christian in the opening night. What kind of a club did they have?
Yeah, it's a private school in Granite City. They got about 200 students, and they got a group of 9 kids, all foreign kids. So they had some pretty good talent. They got a post grad team and a high school team, and
really,
the post grad kids, obviously weren't allowed to play, but he's got a nice little group of high school kids, all from Argentina, Brazil, Spain. And again, it was a different type of style, different type of team, and very, very, very competitive. So we were feel pretty blessed, starting off against some quality competition, and coming through the weekend at 2 wins and only 1 loss by 2 points. So definitely doing some good things early.
So who won the 2-day sprint, Ron?
Miller Career Academy.
Miller did.
We went 2-1. They went 2-1, but they beat us head to head. They beat us Saturday afternoon. They beat us by 2. We actually let it. We let one get away from us. We were up 6, and they had some great speed, great athleticism, and one of their kids turned it up about 4 notches, 5 notches at the end there, and kind of made a couple nice plays to get us at the end there. But all three games were very competitive against good teams. So we were fortunate to win too. I think we're hoping to win one out of this because of the quality of the competition, but we got two, so we're pleased. And could have had three. So we feel pretty good with the progress we've made from the first day of practice until this weekend. So we're looking forward to Saturday night now. See what we can do against Althoff at Althoff.
Yeah, Althoff's on the table. Let's see, was this the second or third year for the shootout at your place?
This second year.
And then of course it won't be that long before the Christmas tournament shows up, and then you're in the NIT also. So yeah, we've got a long year ahead though too, but it's going to come at you quickly.
Yeah, it is.
You're shy a number of good players as Central is from a year ago. That's the way it works. But how many went by the boards through graduation off your squad, Ron?
I think we lost six seniors. So we got obviously a whole nother new group. We've got one kid that played a good amount of minutes in Lucas Tyson.
Right. He's a good ball player.
And the rest of them were all waiting their turn and doing their thing on the underclass level, and now it's their turn, and they're showing and proving that they're capable. So we got a lot of depth, I think, this year in our program. I think we got about 36 kids in the program, and we got 3 or 4 freshman kids, I think, that could possibly see some JV, some quality JV minutes, and one freshman that possibly could maybe see a couple of varsity minutes here and there at some point later in the season. And so we feel good with the kids we got in the program, and they're all doing well. And we kind of have to do that every year. It's kind of a waiting. You wait your turn. There's just nobody that's head and shoulders above anybody. So we kind of stay loyal to them. They've been loyal to us. So we continue to stay loyal to the kids and let them play when they're seniors, and get after it. And it seemed to be working here, last few years. So, hopefully we can continue.
But Lucas is a real key. I mean, he just does everything well. He's just a ball player.
Yeah, he's
good
athlete.
Is he healthy, Ron? Is he okay then?
Yeah, he's completely healthy. He's day one practice-wise. I'm kind of a little concerned, thinking he might not even play this Thanksgiving tournament. Take it slow. But he came in the first day of practice and said, "I'm perfectly fine." So he's had no setbacks, no issues since we started, and hopefully that he can continue that, because he's definitely one of the highlights of our team. But he's not the only one. We got some other kid. Blake Gepke's playing really well. Devin Renzine, Drew Tunyas, 2 other senior guards, played pretty well all weekend. Got some juniors, Shookman, Brady Buckman. They made some huge plays throughout the weekend. So we got more than Lucas, but Lucas is definitely the key and the energy and kind of the leadership that a team needs. And we're glad he is healthy, and hopefully he can stay healthy.
There's a Shattuck on this team.
Yeah, there is. He's on the team. It's kind of neat. Been doing this a long time, and been waiting for this for quite some time, for him to be able to play at the high school level. And he's got him in there a couple minutes here and there this weekend as a sophomore, and he's definitely we're looking down the road future wise with him and a couple other sophomores, but it's fun. I think coaching your own kid, it can be difficult at times for both of them, the player and the coach, but we're going to make the best of it and have fun, and hopefully things work out for him. And
this is Jacob?
Yes. Yeah.
And he's one of the, looks like so are you dressing 3 sophomores then?
Yeah, I'm dressing Caleb Zerlini, Grant Goebel, and Jacob. 3 of probably the more skilled sophomores we got. Size wise, Jacob's pretty small yet. Grant's grown, and Caleb's got good length and does some really good things. So we're just gonna keep throwing them out there, and eventually, hopefully, they grow a little bit more, and they'll be in good shape.
Outside of the tournaments, the regular season, in effect, schedule, is that pretty much the same as last year, or do you have a switch or two?
Yeah, we're pretty similar. Got Altoff, Quincy, Notre Dame. We are going to MICDS over in St. Louis on December 9th for a shootout. We'll put a team over there, St. Louis Priory. But for the most part, we're pretty similar to what we have been in the past. We added Alton Marquette this year, who's very good, so that's going to be a heck of a challenge for us.
Central's played them a lot, it seems, over the years.
Yes, they do, and they've always had some pretty competitive games. So
Right.
They got, I think, everybody back from last year's team, so they're going to be, a quality opponent, but the rest of it's pretty much the same. We're going to Pickneyville again, a shootout. We'll play Marion down there. They got a big 6'5" kid that's a sophomore that's, considered possibly an all-stater as a sophomore. So, our schedule definitely is not, there's no gimmies on here. And, that's the way you want it. That's only going to make us better, playing 3A this year again and next year. So, I mean, we don't complain. We just go out and do it and, do what we do. And hopefully, things turn out the way we want them to, but it's a challenge for sure. And we're a school, like we're right almost, right at 400 kids, so we don't have a whole lot to choose from, but we got some pretty committed and skilled basketball players that come through here. So we're not going to make excuses with our size or who we're playing. We're just going to get them in here and take who shows up and teach them the game of basketball and go play and see what happens.
You'll definitely be prepped for the post, which it all leads up to. You must have had a good alumni. Was that last Wednesday night?
Yeah,
alumni game.
Wednesday. We kind of threw that together, and first time we've done something like that over here. And we were hoping to get 20, 25 kids out there, and it ended up being about 70 people responded. We had all the way back to Spud Pullman in the 1980s, Tom Rubbin in 1982 graduate. I think those were the two of the older guys. But and there's a good mixture from them all the way up until last year's group of Mason Tunyas, Noah Gertis, Tyler Gobo, that group. So there's quite a combination in between. And that was the first game was kind of fun, and the second game got pretty competitive. Corey Arnson's group and Jordan Turkey's group, they got pretty competitive, and then the last group was, so young, they competed, and just good basketball games, really. But it was fun. We enjoyed it, and we're glad everybody came out and had a decent crowd. We're hoping that drawing over at Aveston would go out the week before, so it wouldn't suck any people out. But I think if that drawing wasn't going on, we might have had a few more people here, and it would have been really special. But we're going to try to continue it every year, do it on that same day, and it's great to see some of the older players. It's great for our guys to see them and interact, and talk about the history of the school, history of the basketball history of the school.
Good idea. It'll get bigger and better. How many points did you rack up?
I didn't play. I'm done. I refereed, actually.
You refereed? Okay.
I didn't hire no referees. I figured I'd be an excuse not to play, so I refereed, and it was fun. It was good to see a lot of these older guys and how they interacted with the guys we got playing today, and how our kids looked up to them. So it was kind of neat.
Let's see, how many years for you now as the head coach at Mater Dei?
This would be 5?
5, same as Jeremy at Central, huh? So you guys are
same as Jeremy.
Okay.
At the same time. So.
Yeah, he said it was his 5th. So
Yep, that's right. It was the same year he came in. So
okay. I was thinking about
kind of special for both of us.
Your assistants about on par back from a year ago.
Yeah, we got the same guys. Actually, Cole Schumacher's freshman coach. He took a job at Mascoutah, and he's actually teaching and coaching over at Mascoutah. And went over and watched them from the other night. He's on the bench doing well, so that's good. So we replaced him with Gary Pullman, 1990 something, 92 maybe, grad. But he's doing our freshman. He was in the girls program last couple of years as an assistant and wanted to transition over to boys, so he's doing the freshman group. They're actually playing Greenville right now. So and then Adam Etter. We got Adam Etter's going to come back and help me. He's up there with the varsity group, and just some, thought it'd be nice to get some young energy, enthusiasm, alongside of us, and he's been a good addition, and Gary has been too. So, it's not much turnover. We've had a lot of turnover in the freshman coaches over the last few years, but now I think Gary's on campus teaching, so.
Oh, okay. That makes it better yet.
Some stability.
Yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate your time, Ron. We each made it through this, so
all right.
Charge
All
that
right,
phone
Rick.
of yours. I'm gonna drink some more stuff for this cough. And but thanks for coming on. Of course, we'll be back to you now and then.
All right, Ron. Take care, bud. Get well.
Throughout the season. All right. Hey, we'll see you. Ron Shadig. I just can't always continue to talk. Cough. The broadcaster's nightmare. Thanks to Ron Shag and also Jeremy Schubert and Andy Newbold. Wednesday night, one of our guests will be McHenry hockey coach. What a program Gary Henson has. Yep, Gary will be on Saturday. A couple of basketball coaches for sure from Christ Our Rock. Steve Britton from Westland. Brent Brady. And we'll have additional people on as we roll along. We'll see you Wednesday night on Talkin' Sports. Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Brett's Wildlife Lodge and Winery in Carlisle. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Nordike Funeral Home with 5 locations to serve your needs. McKendree University in Lebanon. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7.